everyone, Reverend Sarah Grady from St. Paul's United Church in Paris. I hope that you are doing well this week. It's a pretty exciting day for me. I go for my second vaccine shot this afternoon at 12:55. I will be fully vaccinated and I am pretty excited about that. That means hopefully some more interaction with folks, some more visiting that I can do and help others to feel safe. It helps me to feel safe, so I'm pretty excited about that today. And I'm pretty grateful that we are starting to ease up on some of our restrictions. We were able to have in-person worship this past Sunday. I apologize if there was some confusion around that for folks who thought they had to pre-register in order to come to the service. We have about capacity at 15% in our sanctuary is about 80 people, which is a significant number in relationship to some other smaller church sanctuaries. So we have a rather large capacity, and so you don't need to pre-register. You can if you would like to, or you can simply show up and we have somebody to do contact tracing the next time we hold in-person worship, which will not be this coming Sunday, June the 27th. We are going to be having an online service of worship. And then following that, for the month of July and into August 1st, we are going to be holding outdoor worship. We had fun doing this last summer. We know that not everyone is feeling safe and comfortable inside the church building just yet. So for the month of July, we are going to do outdoor worship at the Paris Plains Church sites that we did last year. It's going to be starting at our usual time, 10:30 a.m., and we are so excited we might even be able to sing outside. There's some information coming down the pipeline about whether outdoor singing masked up is going to be safe with people who are fully vaccinated, so we'll have that information soon, hopefully. Either way, we are going to be able to safely gather. There's plenty of space out at the Paris Plains Church site. If you came out last summer, you will know that there is so much space to spread out. So please keep an eye on that. If the weather is not cooperating on the day of the services, we will be coming to the church building at the same time, 10:30 a.m. We'll just be moving things indoors if it is raining or thunderstorm that day. So keep an eye out for that. For the month of August, we will be having online worship only, no worship in the church building. So those are the announcements for what our summertime plans are. The other couple of announcements I want to remind you of, we are doing a food drive this coming Saturday, June the 26th from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. You may remember last year we did a community effort with some other churches and other community groups, and we collected over 18,000 pounds of non-perishable food items for local food banks. And this year it was a little bit trickier with the restrictions that were in place when we were doing planning, and not everybody was comfortable doing the food drive the way we did it last year just yet. And so we've decided to hold off on that community effort until the fall. But for St. Paul's, we thought we still would like to do something and kick the summer off for our local food banks. So if you are able to, please bring non-perishable food items over to the church between 10 and 2 this coming Saturday. There'll be somebody there available to pick those up. They're going to be taken and distributed just later that afternoon. The other thing I want to draw your attention to is our online garage sale that we're going to be having in July. Karen has been posting, asking you to let her know about items that you have. We're not taking items at the church at this time. We're not having you drop them off, but we'd like to know. We want to get pictures, and if they're like a desk or something like that. We're looking for very gently used items, good quality items for folks, and hoping to use that as a fundraiser, which leads me into the last announcement that I want to talk about. This past Sunday, our chair of the board, Wayne Dinsmore, did read a letter advising that we are in a bit of a precarious financial situation at this time at St. Paul's. We are not alone in this. It has been difficult over the course of the pandemic to budget and to keep money coming in the same way. We've missed out on quite a few fundraising opportunities, but I just want to talk a minute about that, because fundraising and stewardship are two different things. Fundraising generally is a one-time thing. We do it for a bit of fun and also to raise some money for something specific. But stewardship is an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing support system in place. It's something that we are called to, and it's to help the life and work of a church to be able to do things like support food banks and to do local outreach and global outreach. We have our mission and service funds. So If you haven't had an opportunity to review the givings that you're able to offer to St. Paul's, I encourage you to do so. We have lots of ways to give through e-transfer, through PAR, through our church envelopes. So if and those are the financial ways that you can support the ministry of St. Paul's. But stewardship is even about things beyond finances. It's about time and talent, and we gratefully receive whatever you are able to offer. So I just encourage you to take a look at that, and the letter, when it comes around, it's going to be coming out shortly to give everybody a better picture of what's happening with our finances at this time. The last thing I want to talk about today is about self-love, and that is our chapter this week. Spirit of love, loving self. And loving ourself can sometimes be the hardest thing to do. It's something that we really need help with. It's what we need one another for. It's what we need God for. And one of the engagement directives this week is to share a story about how a rule, a wise saying, and a mentor have helped you. And I can't remember if I've shared this before, but I started thinking about this. And back when I was a student minister, I was in a discernment process, and someone on my discernment committee sent me a rather disturbing email with some thoughts around my language that was inclusive or expansive about God. Not specifically, he took issue with me not referring to God as male strictly and referring to God as God. And I took offense at his email, and I wasn't sure how to respond to it. And so I checked in with a mentor who said, don't respond to it right away. Take 24 hours before you respond and think about what you'd like to say. Let's talk about some things that you could say in response to this person who probably thinks they're being very well-meaning. And I am so grateful. I have taken that advice to heart on many different occasions. Sometimes you just need to take a minute before you respond to something. It's part of self-care. It's part of loving ourselves. It's part of loving our neighbor, because sometimes in the moment we say things that we wouldn't or shouldn't say under normal circumstances. So that was my very wise mentor's advice to me, and I am so grateful that I continue to use the 24-hour rule when I receive an email that challenges me. I wonder what that is for you. Please shoot me a text or send me an email and let me know how you're doing. And if you have a story to share, I'd be happy to hear that too. Wherever you are, I hope that you are safe. I hope that you are well, and I can't wait to see you in person so soon. Talk to you later, friends.